What's up, everybody? I'm James Duggan here with Ben Janka.
Hey, James, we're playing Diablo again.
Yes, they've patched it, so everybody, all of my friends are back playing Diablo, and I'm back playing Diablo 3. I made a video called Diablo 3 just keeps getting better. Yeah, it does, and it happened again.
It's held true even until this next patch.
And this time, it's the biggest patch yet in the history of Diablo 3, which has me very curious. It has me asking a lot more questions.
Yeah, really?
Patch 2.3, I was like, all right, sweet. Patch 2.4, I'm like, wait a minute. Is there going to be another expansion to this game? They've increased the amount of builds. They've increased the viability of sets. They've added things like set dungeons. They've added new zones. But all of these things are features that otherwise would probably be saved and culminated for an expansion release. So in my mind, unless I'm, and I could be totally wrong, but I think it's safe to say that a second expansion for Diablo 3 is probably not likely at this point.
Yeah.
I think this is it. I think they're incrementally releasing the expansion for free, which is great. And then the other question is, are they working on Diablo 4?
I was gonna say,
whoa!
it seems like it could be a thing for Diablo 4 coming up, you know? Who knows?
Let's check out some of the new content. So I'm going to go to the Ruins of Sescheron, which is a zone from the previous patch, which is patch 2.3.0, and we're going to check out, actually, if you'll notice down here, these are new. They've kind of cleaned up this whole buff indicator. So it shows my cooldown based upon the little radial thing, and then it shows my active time there. So that's really nice. Now, this is a new zone called the Eternal Woods. So what is here? Why would I come here? You know, like, Diablo's a pretty open-world game in terms of adventure mode. Really, you just spend a lot of it in rifts and greater rifts, so why would I ever come here? There are bounties in this zone, so it's just another variable to add on there, and it's kind of cool to come check this out. We got these White Walker dudes going on.
So you got some like snow yetis, too?
Yeah, we got some snow yetis. It's a very... It really, in terms of its art style, brings me back to Diablo 2. It's pretty low contrast in terms of the colors going on. It's a very bleak atmosphere, and it reminds me a lot of the other zone, which, if we go to our map, is in Act 5, West March, and it's called Grey Hollow Island. So we'll check that out in a bit. But before we do that, we're going to explore a new feature called set dungeons. Now, these are a really cool idea. Actually, if you see right there, there's a new feature. Based upon how many kills you get in a row, it kind of comes up with this timer, and a rope burns a la Hearthstone, and you get an experience bonus, which even if you're max level, just contributes to your Paragon experience, which is excellent. So I have a full Immortal King set as well as all the other Barbarian sets, but for this video we're just going to be showing Immortal Kings. And what is this?
Hello.
You are worthy to enter the set dungeon of the Immortal King Skull. So since I have 6 pieces of this, I get a little notification saying I should come here and enter the set dungeon. This is basically a dungeon that has been handcrafted to test my aptitude with what the set does. Now what this set does is allow me to stay in Wrath of the Berserker indefinitely. So my objectives here are kill elites using 250% damage bonus from the set, maintain Wrath of the Berserker for 2 minutes, and all these other things. And now the cool thing about this is it's not just one build. There's a bunch of different Immortal King builds. You could apply this to a throwing barb. You could apply it to a charge barbarian. I've seen people use that set. I am using Hammer of the Ancients, which is this big hammer here. Now, here's the first elite, so there we go, successful elite kill.
Yep, that definitely was the first elite.
That was, and this is super easy for me, because all these set dungeons are flat difficulty, meaning they do not scale the way that, like the greater rifts do. And so I could go ahead and clear this real quick, but for the sake of this video not being super long, I'm going to teleport back because I already cleared this. Now I'll show you what you get for these. You eventually... Call on me. Throwback to that techno song. Now there's 4 sets per class. So what this patch has done, in addition to refining the sets, has really established, hey, there's 4 core sets per class that alter the way you play the character, which is really cool, because when Diablo 3 first came out, it was like, there's a million different builds, and they're all viable. Spoilers, none of them were viable. Nope. So now we actually have a finite number of sets, but the number of builds is infinite. So you can, again, you can make something your own, and there's a lot of legendary effects that they've been adding over the course of however many years this game has been out. I guess it's been like almost 4 now.
Jeez.
I know. Time flies, man. Oh, and check this out. New tab.
New tabs.
I got a whole bunch of gear. that's been dropping like crazy for me. And here are some all these sets. I could throw these on, and I'd be able to go do the whirlwind set and stuff like that. But let's check out this other new zone, which is kind of the thing they're showing off the most. Grey Hollow Island. I unfortunately don't have a bounty there, but
it's okay. Just check it out. There's a dude here. He's fallen over and he can't get up.
He says the island is cursed. Yeah, that's exactly what's happening. This is Life Alert, the adventure, starring the old ancient barbarian.
I wouldn't have it any other way.
Help! I've fallen and I can't get up. So yeah, this is a zone that aesthetically is a bit different. It kind of reminds me of a Northern California being soaked by El Nino, which is what is very topical.
Rain is very, it's hitting me in a very important place right now. I'm not a fan of it at the moment.
And another aesthetic that really hasn't been in a lot of Diablo 3 levels is water. So I'm gonna say screw this chest. I'm gonna go over here. The tidal cave. There you go. That's exactly what I was talking about. We'll go in there in a second.
Angry trees.
So this zone is, of course, replete with new enemy types, though, spoilers, all of them are just reskins of other types. But that's fine, because they're done in a way that makes sense contextually with the level. But if we go over here to this kind of, like, tidal area, we can see the water over there. We get some really cool, like, water elementally dudes that spit out. Let's see if we can get one of them to show up. You know you want to, man. Show me your sweet stuff.
So, watching this, it's been a while since I've actually played. Oh, hello there. Wow, that's kind of frightening.
So when was the last time you played, Ben?
Long time.
I will give you an elevator pitch as to why you should come back and check it out.
That's just it. I was gonna say you don't even need to elevator pitch me. Like seeing all this stuff, I think I might actually go home and play it.
You totally should.
I can get home tonight.
So they've done a very good job of having kind of a singular goal, and that singular goal is to get your character geared and complete a build. Now, the build is obviously based upon... those are my Paragon points. God, I haven't even messed around with my skills in so long. Oh, I can't do that while I'm in combat. But basically, like, you figure out what your playstyle is as well as what's been dropping for you. All of the gear is supposed to make you look at your build and be like, oh, ooh, this would be really good if I put this skill on or something like that. Then once you have attained that and you feel as though your build is nearing completion, then there are all of these challenges for you to do, whether it be greater rifts, whether it be getting these set masteries, and all of these things give you aesthetic bonuses. It's not a game that you can play infinitely, but you can sink an absolute absurd amount of hours into it if you factor in all the different builds and all these different things. The way that the majority of the people play this game, and I'll log out to show you this, so the way that most people play Diablo 3 and it increases the replayability a lot is by creating a seasonal character. And they've refined the seasonal formula, I guess. At the end of the season, you just get a full set. Of course, you also get a portrait frame and a pet. They've also set a finite limit for the amount of seasons. Some seasons have lasted the better part of a year. Now seasons are going to last 3 months. So every 3 months, you'll be able to get some of this stuff, as well as roll over your season character in a way that's called rebirth. So it kind of is catering to a player who likes to play this game by starting over every 3 months, trying a different build, seeing what they can achieve. So it's a great game. Again, just keeps getting better. They just keep patching it, and this is the largest patch yet. Now, I don't think the patches are going to get larger from here. I think they've put in really good groundwork to kind of keep people coming back in terms of creating seasonal characters. I'm really interested to see where Diablo goes. And if they made Diablo 4 with all of the systems in place that are in Diablo 3 and added some to it, or just refined visually, it's starting to wear a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't know if that matters to you. I think now that World of Warcraft is kind of safely in decline, I think they're less concerned about stepping on World of Warcraft's toes, so I think they could really add some cool group mechanics, because playing by yourself and playing with other players is really just... it's the same experience. You're clicking.
You're jumping into a big group of bad guys and you're clicking all over the place.
You're not playing reactively based upon what your teammates are doing. You're not playing reactively based upon what your enemy is doing. You're just kind of doing your rotation. And that's where I would like to see the game grow next. And I'm really excited that this game has gotten so much love since Reaper of Souls released, and has just completely changed in terms of game. If you played this when it came out in 2012, please do yourself a favor, download and patch your game, and come in and see what's in store for you in patch 2.40. Ben, are you going to go home and play after sitting in on this video?
I think I will. Yeah.
Awesome.
Definitely.
There are plenty of classes and builds for you to choose from. And for more information on all of those, as well as everything Diablo 3, keep it right here on IGN.